feel calm. And I will tell you, with anxiety, the energy in the root might be depleted, but the rest of the energy is coming up, and it comes up here and it starts to go like this, and then your head is wild. When you're having those racing thoughts, it's because a particular layer in the energy field is just going and you're locking in here and pushing up on the heart, which then causes irritability, and the heart starts going. So if you can teach someone to open, center, ground, they can be out of an anxiety episode like that.
Right. So it's a training tool.
It is a training, and it's a practice.
And a practice, right.
And so as I did this, people said, well, I don't remember what you say when I'm at home.
So you made it.
So I started doing different recordings for different tools and techniques.
Great.
And then I have a good friend who's a musician, and he writes original music, and he studies the energy system, so he can put in the tones.
I see, the right tones for
the different chakras.
Oh, great.
And he really understands how to write the music to fit the words. So you're getting the message through my words and voice, but also through the music that's the undercurrent.
Wow, yes, almost like hemisync, only it is, I guess, somewhat
similar. And so if you look at first I did what I called Relaxation 101 to teach people how to work with the body, to get it quiet, to work with the mind, to start to move into energy. Then we've got
and that's kind of the basis at once, because you really have to learn how to relax.
You do have to learn that. Most people say, well, I have such trouble with meditating. That's because you haven't taken the steps to help you to get to the point where now you can meditate.
So what are some of the basic steps to get
Well,
into
it's relaxing the body. It's most people
breathe,
are disjointed. Most of us have a very we're not fully present in our bodies. And we don't know that. No one teaches us that.
Right.
So when you start to do this deep relaxation work, it's coming back into the body, bringing your whole field. Matter of fact, when I do workshops, what I will do is I will have people notice how they feel as they arrive, and then I will have them do a very quick 1-2 minutes, close your eyes, and imagine that all those places where you've sent your attention through the day are like streamers of energy going out. Now call them back. Like sucking through a straw, you're drawing the energy back. And if you can get that feeling of breathing, bringing it back and then sending it down through the body, down through the legs, out through the feet, all of a sudden you're calmer. And you won't stay there, and this is why it has to be a practice. This is why I say you develop subtle energy competency. You will eventually stay there, but your energy is like a river. It's been used to going in this direction, and now you're the Army Corps of Engineers who says, no, we want it to go over here. Well, it's going to keep trying to go that way until you really learn.
Until you get that riverbed really deep and changed. And through that practice, through practicing. So it feels like there's a lot of you're empowering people to take care of themselves.
It's self-care and self-empowerment.
Self-care,
Absolutely.
And that's really where health is, isn't it? I mean, always giving our power away to a practitioner of any type is disempowering, and it's not going to work.
Right. And a lot of folks that come to me now are people who have tried the anti-anxiety and antidepressants, and they didn't work.
Right, okay.
Matter of fact, I've worked a lot getting people off those, because you can't just stop. You have to build in the strengths and the capacities first, and then you can let it go. The other thing I will say is that I've also had many people with some pretty severe health issues, and they used all the normal traditional means of that medicine offered, but they brought their own energetic mind-body skills to the table too.
Okay. And that brought healing?
So they heal quicker.
They heal quicker. Absolutely, yeah.
And they don't tend to go into a lot of the fear and depression. Or, I mean, they're going to... This is another part of the work that I feel is that we're human. We're going to feel things.
Right. Well, we want to feel things, actually.
We're structured to feel things.
Yeah, that's who we are.
And we're not going to make that go away. So we have to have a way to let that energy move through the system, because most of our difficulty comes from when we constrict our energy
Right.
and we block the feeling.
Right, we
Because
don't wanna feel.
we don't want to feel it. We're scared. Well, if you know what to do, you know how to do it, then it arises, it peaks, it falls, it goes away. Our consciousness has a lot to do with what we will experience in the world, how we experience it. We can have a lot more effect on it, but life still will happen.
Right, and so the difference between, so if we could stay conscious and be aware of how things are flowing, then our life would be much better than if what we tend to do, which the river that we follow, is our subconscious is in control and following those patterns that we don't want, and therefore we self-sabotage or we go back into where we don't want to go.
Right.
So the work is really staying conscious, right? Mindfulness, or using some of the
Right.
tools that you offer to stay here, to stay present, and to be okay with the feelings as they arise.
Right. It is having a conscious life. The energy and consciousness really can't be pulled apart.
Right.
And so it is, you can try to develop consciousness through your mind only, but that's a tough row to hoe.
Yeah.
Um,
That's just trying mind control.
Right, and
24/7,
people try
which
to
you
do
can't
that.
really
Oh,
do.
I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be joyful. I'm going to be happy. But if you've got something in here that doesn't believe you deserve it, or it isn't really true, or the
Right, it has a
multitude
belief
of things.
system that's
but
anti
there's a
whatever you're
drag.
trying to think.
There's a drag on you. So
Mhm.
now you're living an inauthentic life.
Inauthentic, right. Right,
So-
that's what I found in my whole life before I changed like 20 years ago, whatever. I look back at my life and had this happy, smiling mask on my face, and it wasn't authentic. It wasn't. I mean, I am a happy person, but I wasn't showing. I wasn't feeling. I wasn't getting in touch with my feelings, and
Right.
we really have to dress them and
Right.
let them go, because they keep us from being who we truly are.
Mhm.
And we're all magnificent, loving beings, human beings and spiritual beings. And if we could only do the work that you're offering here, that is, it's just, I'm just loving everything you're saying to help us to be healthy and happy and strong, and to be here to help each other
Yes.
as a community, to be in
Right.
community, and the way the consciousness of the earth is moving toward doing exactly what you're helping people to do.
Right. And if, being here for and with each other, if we look at the heart chakra, a lot of people try to be helpful or to be good, be kind from a disturbed heart chakra, and then you get codependence. So again, if we talk about, well, you can't really love other people until you love yourself. Well, what does that really mean? Working from the inside out gets you there faster. It gives you the answer, and it gives you your answer.
Your answer, which
Not
could
my
be unique.
answer.
Absolutely, that's true.
Right.
That's great, and I think that's where I have been disconnected a lot. I think about myself as being a loving person, but there are disconnections from my heart, because I did grow up in a dysfunctional, codependent, alcoholic family with a lot of words and things being said and done that are my belief system that I'm working on now to change, to
Right.
dispel those old beliefs that I've always operated from that aren't serving me and keeping my heart closed.
Right. And
Or
we
not
have to rewire the
authentic.
system.
Rewire the system, absolutely, and the rewiring is the energy field.
Right.
And the energy field is the foundation of everything in our lives.
Right. Yeah.
Everything.